On today's show, we are discussing tips and tricks for investing in your client relationships.
What are you doing right now to help retain your current clients? Stop doing all the heavy lifting and always try to bring new clients in over and over and over. It's so much easier to retain your existing ones. That and a lot more. Check it out right now.
Hey guys, there's a problem that we see very often in the real estate community amongst real estate professionals, and it's that they are marketing to the people who don't know them before marketing to the people who do.
Obviously, spend time on the people that you know before you're spending so much time on the people that you don't know.
Time and money.
Seems like common sense, but to a lot, they don't. You get into business, you start a business. A lot of the examples we're going to talk about today are going to be related to real estate investors or real estate agents, things in the real estate industry. And you get in, you say, okay, I'm going to do all these direct marketing campaigns. I'm going to farm these areas. Well, guess what? Why don't you reach out to everybody that you know first? Use that as your sphere. Use that to start with. And after you do all these things and all these tips that we're going to talk about, then you can move on to people you don't know. Let's start with the people you know first.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have a much, much higher ROI, return on investment in your marketing dollars, when you are spending money to be in front of the people who already know you, like you, maybe they've done business with you, before complete strangers, right? And that happens all the time, especially real estate agents and some other real estate professionals. Like, for example, if they are spending money to mail a farm, as they call it, like a certain geographic area, it's expensive. And the ROI, like your percentage of people who are going to call you, reach out to you in some way, turn into a client is very, very, very low. And that's okay. I mean, it can still back out, but you want to do the high ROI stuff first.
Yeah, so mail your farm first. Go to events that have people that you know in their network with them. Reach out to maybe people from a past industry or a past job that you're a part of. Mm-hmm. Explain to them what you do if you're raising capital, similar stuff. Why try to raise capital from, so a new person that you don't know? Why not raise capital from somebody you do know first? So again, some of this stuff seems like common sense, but stick to people you know first and then move on.
Okay, and we're going to go through a couple tips of things that you can do to stay in front of your clients who are going to turn into future clients and referral sources and everything else. One good thing to do that we're starting to play around here with at HMB is to have a recurring gift sort of thing. Like there's wine of the month and this of the month and that of the month, so that it's not just a one-time thing, but you're going to get 8, 10, 12 touches, however long you sign these people up for. And that, you can just imagine how it backs out. And you're spending decent money. I mean, these things aren't super cheap. But staying in front of those people on a monthly basis, it pays serious dividends.
And it's cheaper than acquiring a new client. I mean, for any business owner, obviously you need to understand how much it costs to acquire a new client. Mm-hmm. If it's online, if it's offline, whatever the case is, in a lot of businesses. And to be honest with you, it probably costs you several $1,000s as a real estate investor, as a real estate agent to acquire a client. Now don't get me wrong. For instance, like if I do business with a good friend of mine, it doesn't cost me anything, but I probably did a lot of direct mail. I probably had some website stuff, so it all kind of goes together. Obviously the easiest way to do that is figure how much you spend on marketing, divide that by how much money you made on a gross or net basis, and then you can figure that out. But again, spending that money on those repeat people, your current client, your current setup, makes so much more sense. And I know it sounds silly of, well, I don't want to spend $100 to give somebody a gift card. And again, if you're in an industry that you can't give gifts to people or pay money to people, that's fine. I'm just using that as to try to represent what I'm trying to get to. But it's a small price to pay. I mean, it costs us a few $1,000s to acquire a client, mm-hmm. and a lot of our clients turn into repeat clients over and over and over. So why not, instead of spending, let's say, $2,000 to go acquire somebody else here that I have to go through the whole process for, why not spend a fraction of that over here, knowing that customer is going to be a customer for life? Yeah.
Another idea of something you can do to stay in front of your clients and to show them some kind of value is events. It could be a dinner, it could be a group dinner with a bunch of people, it could just be a couple clients, a party of some sort, golf outing. A friend of mine recently during the winter, she's a real estate agent, and she spent a good amount of money and time and effort into putting together an ice skating night for her clients and their families. Bring your kids, have fun, it's on her, there's food and everything else, people are taking pictures, they're posting. Great exposure and a great way to give back to the people that she's already done business with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And a big part of that is, as you're doing right by your current clients, usually they want to bring more people into the mix and refer you more of their people. Bring more. I mean, I can't tell you how many referrals we get just from taking care of our current clients. And we do like a client lunch, for instance. Like that client lunch, people really want it. Pretty simple to us.
Sure.
It's a few hundred bucks, but people want to get invited to it. They want to get re-invited to it, and it goes a long way. We're kind of in a society right now that even though everyone wants clients, after you become a client in most businesses, you kind of just feel like you're left by the wayside. It's okay, I'm already a client. I'm not getting that. It's just like a special, or hey, if you join now, you get this, this, and this. Okay, great. Well, now that you join, they don't really offer any specials in a business, right? So,
right.
Take care of those clients, and they'll refer you business, and as we know, a referral is free. It doesn't cost anything to acquire that client, so it goes a long way.
For sure. And some of the other easy ways to stay in front of your existing client database, and this probably could have been the first bullet point, but what does it matter? Social media, for sure. Easy way to stay in front of your people. It's quick, it's free. Email. You should be emailing on a regular basis, everyone who knows you. And snail mail too. Especially, it's easy to ignore that nowadays with all this other stuff going on, but there's still a lot of value to sending people. It could be a thank you card, it could be a newsletter. That's a popular thing in the real estate world. Your opinion on whatever, it could just be a letter, like a blog post sort of thing, only you send it in snail mail. Yeah. Lots of different options, many different ways, free, quick, easy, in order to stay in front of your people.
I mean, we've talked about the term community before. You keep the community together. I mean, as you can see, if you're on our email list, we send emails out to new clients, to existing clients, to vendors. It all kind of falls into one thing. Everyone's getting taken care of over and over and over. That's really important to us. And maybe we kind of learned this just subconsciously, just because in our business a lot of the people are repeat. But that being said, if you're a real estate agent, you sell a house to somebody, eventually they're going to need to buy another house in the future, but in the very near future, they probably have somebody else in their family or a friend of them who wants to buy a house as well. And if you're a real estate investor, and you think, oh, well, the person I'm buying a house from, or a seller, that only comes once in a while. It doesn't necessarily come once in a while. You need to have your hands involved in everything, and you never know where stuff is going to come from. So take care of your people. And to be honest, I love taking care of our existing people. We have a friendly relationship with them. We've already made money from them. And the other thing is, when you acquire a new client, you're putting out money today. When you're taking care of an existing client, you've already made money from them. So use some of that money and partition it to continue to grow. And we always talk about I would say that as much as we talk about marketing, a lot of the stuff that we talk about behind the scenes is other ways to keep our current clients happy.
Absolutely.
Streamline processes and do things that we can do. And sometimes it's not about dollars and cents. Sometimes it doesn't cost money to do some of these things to take care of them. But we do whatever we can to keep the process easy and to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, so if you do have all of those boxes checked, you're doing some kind of client gifts, client events, you're staying in front of them via snail mail, email, and social media, then feel free to market to people who don't know you and try and bring more people into the fold.
Yeah, and my guess is that there's a lot more work that all of us could be doing in order to taking care of our clients first, taking care of all the people that we have that we take for granted, because that's a big part. We take for granted of they're already a client. Well, guess what? They're a client, but they're just waiting to find a better opportunity than what you have to offer them. So you either stay in front of them and you do good by them and you grow together, or else, it's hard if you're in a business that every day you're going out to grind to find a new sale. That's never going to be another sale in the future. It's a hard business to want to be in. I wouldn't recommend it. I'd rather recommend something that is easy. That's what this is about. So if you have any comments related to this, maybe a tip that you can share with the community related to what you're currently doing to help your client relationships, or you're doing to invest in your current clients, that'd be super helpful for the community. We're all one community growing together. So as always, like, comment, share, subscribe.